Have you ever wondered why we can't tickle ourselves with the same intensity as when someone else does it? Well, get ready to explore the fascinating science behind our ticklish selves in this episode of Tickle-Proof, unraveling the mystery of self-tickling. Let's dive in. Tickling is a unique sensory experience that often triggers laughter and physical reactions. It's a sensation we all know and love, but have you ever tried tickling yourself? If so, you might have noticed that it lacks the same ticklish effect. But why is that? Let's start with the role of anticipation. When someone else tickles us, the element of surprise triggers our fear and surprise responses, leading to uncontrollable laughter. However, when we attempt to tickle ourselves, we are fully aware of our own actions. This anticipation eliminates the surprise factor, resulting in a diminished ticklish response. It seems our brain has a way of dampening the tickling sensation when we're in control. Our ability to filter sensory information also plays a significant role in the inability to self-tickle. Our brains constantly receive and process a vast array of stimuli, filtering out what is considered irrelevant or self-generated. This filtering mechanism helps distinguish between self-generated movements and external sensory input. When we try to tickle ourselves, our brain predicts the sensory outcome, downplaying the ticklish sensation. It's as if our brains are saying, "Don't worry, you're in control. No need to get tickled." This cognitive filtering is further supported by a phenomenon known as efference copy. Efference copy allows the brain to differentiate between self-generated and externally generated stimuli. When we tickle ourselves, the brain can accurately predict the sensory consequences, leading to a reduced ticklish response. So, it seems our brains are quite skilled at distinguishing between self and non-self tickling. But what about the importance of sensory discrepancy? When someone else tickles us, there is a significant difference between the sensation of touch and the expectation of self-touch. This sensory discrepancy heightens ticklishness and amplifies our response. However, when we attempt to tickle ourselves, the sensory input matches the expectation of self-touch, resulting in a diminished ticklish response. Fascinating studies using functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, have revealed that the cerebellum, a region of the brain responsible for coordinating movement and sensory integration, is less active during self-tickling compared to external tickling. This reduced activation in the cerebellum supports the idea that sensory discrepancy is crucial in eliciting a ticklish response. It seems our brains have a built-in mechanism that protects us from being overly tickled by ourselves. Now, let's explore the role of motor control and sensory feedback. When we voluntarily move our limbs or body, the brain sends motor commands to initiate and control the movement. Simultaneously, it receives sensory feedback about the movement, which helps fine-tune motor control and predict the sensory consequences of our actions. However, during self-tickling, the brain's prediction mechanisms anticipate the sensory feedback that will result from the self-generated movement, leading to a dampened ticklish response. It's almost as if our brains are saying, "I know what's coming, no need to be tickled." So, why does our brain have such a complex system to prevent us from tickling ourselves? The answer lies in the importance of sensory regulation and motor control. Our brains are constantly processing a vast amount of sensory information from both internal and external sources. Filtering out self-generated stimuli helps maintain a balance and prevent sensory overload. It allows us to focus on external stimuli that may require our attention, while minimizing the distracting effects of self-generated sensations. Additionally, precise motor control is crucial for our everyday movements. Imagine if every self-generated touch triggered a strong ticklish response. It would be challenging to perform delicate tasks or engage in activities that require fine motor skills. Our brains have evolved to prioritize motor control and suppress ticklish sensations when we are in control of our own movements. So, while it may be disappointing that we can't tickle ourselves with the same intensity, there's a fascinating scientific rationale behind it. The combination of anticipation, cognitive filtering, sensory discrepancy, and motor control mechanisms work together to make self-tickling a near impossible task. Understanding the science behind self-tickling not only gives us insights into the complexity of our brains but also sheds light on the fascinating ways our minds regulate sensory experiences. It's a reminder of the incredible intricacies that shape our perception of the world. That wraps up our exploration of the mystery of self-tickling. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the science behind why we can't tickle ourselves. Remember, next time you're in the mood for a good tickle, recruit a friend or family member to join in on the laughter. Thanks for joining us on this ticklish adventure. Stay curious, stay ticklish, and until next time.